Hello everyone. We are going to do one more page in the Garden of Fairytale Animals. I just love this little book. And I guess you have to start coloring to develop this relationship with your color books, because you look through them and you think, oh, I don't know. But then you start to color in it, and it just starts to come alive, and you start to love it. I did this page, worked on it most of yesterday, and I thought it turned out so pretty. I don't know if you can see the colors well, but let me turn on this. I don't know if that helps or not, but anyway, I just put a very faint background of yellow chalk in the back, so make it kind of look like a plate, a very beautiful plate. I thought it turned out so pretty. And if you notice, after I got done with the light blue, I came in with a darker blue, and just in between the peaks, I made it darker. So now it looks like it's a ruffle. And I did leave the cup and saucer and teapots the color of the white of the background, and I just used a light blue. I think it was cloud blue, and I just touched a little bit in it. So it really, I think, turned out really pretty. And we're going to take these colors and we're going to put it in our Mr. Rabbit. And I just think we can make him look pretty darn spiffy. So I did use my pastels from Castle Art, and basically that's what I used, is all my pencils in this little box of pastels. And I have a few out of the Castle Art also. So, but I still use either my Prisma or my China White Duart drawing pencil. I love these. When I bought this, I bought two. When I bought my white, replaced my white Prisma, I bought two. So if you can afford it, just when you're doing it, just go ahead and get two, because it's gonna pay off in the long run, I think. If you can't get the one, that's all we can do. And we're going to do him in just like these little bunnies in the browns, and leave his little face white. But his little skirt and the flowers are going to be in the lavenders and the colors that we used. So let's get started. I am going to start out with pulling some of my darker lavenders out of Castle Art, and even this one is hydrangea, and this one's heather, and this one's Tickle Pink, 43, 41, and 40. Let me show this one and this one too. I'm going to start out with this darker lavender, and we've got some kind of little balls. I'm not sure what they are. So over here we did them in a blue. So I'm just wondering. Okay, let's just get started. So I'm going to take my deepest color and I'm going to start in the very bottom of these flowers. And I'm just going to go across, pull it up. Because we want the deepest to be at the root of the petal. Okay. I think that's just a petal there. So I'm looking to see which way are these petals going. And something I forgot is I need to get something in between my page. I haven't colored anything back here, but I'm going to put something underneath there. It's a piece of cardstock that I'm using for that one. If it had stickles and all that kind of stuff on it where it's bumpy, I would use my plastic. They're, for anybody new, they're just sheets. They're called cutting boards, and they're just a plastic, and you just put it in between the pages. You can get them at the dollar store, $1.25 store. And they make you get 2 of them. And I'm going to show you something also for our background, something very different and very unusual, and I've seen it on YouTube, and it's more like something that, it's kind of like go out and buy this, but I made it. So I think you're going to find it interesting, so make sure you watch to the end. On our background. All right, so I'm doing the wisteria on the tips of these. I don't know why I changed my mind. I just did. I want to mix enough of the same color from the opposite page into this page, so I just thought we're going to make the ends of this thing. And I'm thinking I added some might have mixed a little bit of my Prisma. I'm not sure. But we'll see. We did. We're going to pull a Prisma. Because I'm thinking that dark lavender I don't have in my Castle Art pastels at all. So I think I pulled I think this is the violet I used. So it's the Parma violet in the prism. Wonder if I had it in the basket and I didn't realize it or what. Or was it the Castle Art lavender? Let me see. I think I used the Castle Art lavender. Okay. I didn't think I used the Prisma. Okay, so I'm going to take this. Castle Art Darker. And just here and there, I'm going to give it a little darker touch. Castle Art does not blend and layer as nicely as Polychromos and okay. I'm going to take the Prisma white and just on the where it's the lightest, I'm just going to give it a little light touch of this. Okay. Okay, I forgot to get my water, so I may have to run and get my water. And so let's do this one with this dark, and it's lavender. Castle Art 36. If I had a fancy camera, I could just pause it, but I don't. So I just don't want to stress over it either. Let's try the mauve with this one. I think, I can't tell if that's supposed to be this leaf. I think it's to the middle one. See, these aren't as waxy, so they don't just stir it just, you can't force it to blend like you can the Prisma or the Polychromos, the oil, or these just don't have as much wax in them. And when I first started, I thought, why did I buy those other two? This one works the best. But I just didn't know how to use them. I'm still a newcomer. But I think I'm getting the hang of it. So I'm excited about that. And let's try this aubergine. Okay. So I wish I knew what these things were, but I don't. So let's see, where's another little flower? Maybe we'll use it on this one. This will help with the separation of the two colors. We're finally warming up in Denver. Yahoo! I thought we lived in Oregon. I think we're supposed to get some more rain yet, but that's okay. We're going to get a little break. But now we got all that smoke coming down from Canada. I thought yesterday when I went out, it was just with the rain and the blackness. But it's like when I got to the eye doctor, she said, no, I looked it up. It's smoke. I'm like, you're kidding. From where? Like, oh my gosh. So poor Canada. Okay, so I'm just thinking which shade the wisteria we use down here, but I'm gonna go ahead and work it into the ends of this flower too. So I'm thinking that leaf is to go to this one because I ignored it totally. So I know we used it looks like there's a few more in here. All right. All right, so we got these two, and over here I used this Angelica. So let's try it. Oh, we have another one over there. That's all right. We'll get to it. So I just did the centers. Which just isn't a very realistic color, but that's all right. These little petals seem to be going every which way. Okay, and then what did I do? I did some, oh, I did kind of a, I don't think that was the one, maybe this one. Well, that's Prisma. Okay, let's see if this was, yeah, I think this was it. This is the lime coral that I just did on the ends. That's kind of pretty. And even a bigger flower. That one was a little smaller. Okay, I like that. Now where was the other one? Right here. And this one is the Angelica, yeah. I think I used a little different shade, but that's okay. This will work. Just trying to get down into the root of the flower here, of each petal. As much as I can. So I'm just hitting and missing. So now you can see I left plenty of white, especially at the ends. So now I can just kind of come in. It doesn't matter if I go over the other, because I'm just filling in now. Trying to find all the spots where I didn't get it. That's pretty. All right, so we got this little rose and that little rose. So let's try to get those done. I'm going to come in here with this aubergine. Kind of hard to see which way these petals are going though. But we'll do the best we can. This is the center, so I'm just going to kind of come up and around. And I think these are coming up. Kind of like that. Okay. So again, we'll pick wisteria. We'll just come in here. Like that. And I'm just gonna blend that a little bit better. Just giving it a real light touch there. Okay. And we have this little guy down in here. Trying to make it darker in the very center. And just let it get lighter as it goes out. Okay. And we'll just blend it together. He sure picked somebody a nice bouquet of flowers. And he seems to be quite proud of the fact that he did. So, I was using a blue I don't know. No, it's more of, betcha this one, the jade blue. I think that's just what I did. So I'm going to come in here. And I'm just going to go little circles all over these little balls. And we're going to come back in and shade it. I think these are all leaves in here. Okay, now these look a little different. I'm looking over here to see. I think we'll do this little batch here. And then I'm going to make these a little different color, I think. And some of these pastels don't show up very good on the camera. Okay, so this is something a little bit different, but now I want to take, let's see if this will work. I may have to go into the misty blue. I don't think it's gonna, well, maybe it will. I just want to do the very, very bottoms. Just do little circles. And let's see. Kind of want to add a little bit of lavender, so let's try the wisteria in here. Just right around the side. So we did the bottom, so now we're going to come right around the side with the wisteria and just add a touch of this color in there. And that makes it really pretty. Kind of like the colors of a hydrangea sometimes. Oh, let's do this again. Just gives it dimension. That's something you could do to just about any flower petal, and I think especially if the shades are close, which these are. So now I'm going to come right on the side. Just like that. And that makes it really pretty. I'll hold this up close. Let's see if you can see. It's just got all the colors. Really picks up a lot of pretty. So we did this in the blue. What if we do these this way and then give them the highlight? The opposite. that. And then maybe just give them a little bit of blue. Just little tiny circles. Right on the very edge of it. But you're going to have a sharp pencil. These are small. That's pretty. It gives it a whole different look. Let's see, we did the blue. That, then we came in with the purple. Like that. Just reminds me of the hydrangeas that are, let's see, we're doing the blue on the one side and towards the bottom. And I really have no clue what these little balls are. But they're pretty. We get done coloring them. Now we're going to just come in on the other side and add some of this wisteria. It's just kind of a faint hint. Of color. And I am pressing pretty good. Some of these little ones I'm just kind of hitting and missing. Just so it kind of... And what is this thing? I think I like how the lavender turned out. Let's do these lavender. And we'll just say there's something to do with them. And then we'll just come in with our blue like we did up there. Okay, and then let's find a green. What do we got here? Sunflower. Let's try that one. Sharpen it. That is a tiny little thing. Did we get it all? I think so. All right. And we have all of these little stems down here. So let's do a few in this color. And let's find some other colors of green. I think we're going to have to go to regular castle art to get. I think that's too dark. How about this one? Is that a stem? Yep. Okay. Let's find one more. Let's see what this will do. Just trying to find some that aren't, because we're using pastels, I'll find some that aren't so bright. I think this worked out just fine here. Kind of like that. How's that? And we have a few little leaves so we could catch up. Let me get this sharpened. We have some in here. We can bring another color in and shade that. Keep mixing some greens in there till we get it to where we like it. Let's try my Inca Gold. That makes it look a little more 3D. I think we'll leave that like that. And let's do these little flowers up in here. And let me see. What do we have that would make it? We'll use this Viridian. Like that. Maybe we could come in with the white. And just pull it. Like that. How's that? That's pretty, huh? I like it. This one is a little more waxy than the rest of them. So that makes it work well with the Prisma white to blend it. That's a leaf. Thought it was a bud. Sometimes at the end I like to kind of push the color up. And it just makes it a real light. Which I don't think it's going to do it here. I have to put a little bit of color in there. And do the same here. Just a little bit of color in there after I put all that white. Okay, let's see. Just lightly. This one I think will be okay. Like that. And let's go with our leaf colors. I'm going to color the whole leaf. I have no idea if that was a petal or a leaf. After a while, you're guessing what's what. Let's see if we can come down this stem and stay in line. We did it. Okay. Now I'm going to see what I use. That one. Okay, so let's see if we can do some shading with this Inca Gold. And then just a little bit with the Cad Green. I just want to give it just a little bit of darker green. Like that. So now I'm thinking, what colors are we going to make this rabbit? I'm probably going to pull some of my okay, oh, here's a good brown. All right, so we've got cinnamon, yellow ochre, terracotta light, cad yellow, and sepia, which in these, sepia is usually more of a dark color. And so maybe we'll take the sepia and start out in the little corners where it's going to be just a little bit darker. Let's see, I think I want to make his little muzzle white. Oh, it's starting to get a little warm. When you're so used to being so cold. And now it's warm. Okay, so we're just going to do our little strokes. And I'm not pushing hard, I'm just wanting this bird to all go in the same direction as she's got the lines going here. And I'm going to leave that little tiny bit underneath his chin white. There we go. It's all the colors that we add. And I'm sure there are people who do it much, much better than I do. But this is what I've watched, and this is pretty much okay. So I'm going to leave that one there. And I think I'm going to come in with this yellow ochre. And I'm just going to start. I don't want it too much of this. I just want to do here and there. Because it wants to dominate, and I'm not going to let it. I'm going to come in with my cinnamon because I want him to be more brown than any color. But that yellow ochre will give it a little boost. And this one I can start giving it a little more, like filling it in a little more. Which is fine. I think I'll put a little, because I'm going to need to press just a little bit more. The main thing is we do not want to cover up all the colors that we put down. In a few spots we do, but not all over. Let some of those colors come through. I like his little white cheeks and just make sure you're giving some spots. It's going to start blending together, but we still want to have some spots that are look like there's little strokes of hair. And it does take time rather than just colored in. Just keep doing it. Don't give up. Well, at least we only have his feet and his little paw. After we get his head done. Any place that looks too white, just give it a little. Okay, we're definitely not going to use that light color, but we might use this terracotta light, maybe. We'll see. I'm trying to leave a little bit of white around his eye there. Let's going to go back to my dark, which is the sepia, not sepia prism. This is So if you're using a prism or oh gosh, prism, just do a dark brown. Don't do sepia. And depending what color dark brown you pick, whether it's got more red in it, whether it's got more brown in it. So you can go back over the top and you're just making little darker lines. And that's actually pretty good. So, I don't know if this is... This is light terracotta. I don't know if that's... But I definitely want his ears to be lighter, but I don't know if this is the color I want. But we'll come over with some other colors. So I'm thinking, is this peach cream? I'm gonna fill in the inside of his ear. We could do his little nose. Fur is kind of hard on your hands, I think, compared to just coloring. Of course, so is, for me, castle art is hard on my hands. Because I want to press hard. Especially after I use Prisma, then I'm trying really hard to press hard. Because it doesn't go down as easy as Prisma. Let's see, that's turning out pretty. Especially after I put that light peach in that. It's making it a very pretty color. So let's do that on his nose. Let's see if we can. Just highlighting its little nose. That worked out well. Okay. Well, now let's see if we can't get all these little spots. And I think I'm just coming in here with this yellow ochre, and then I'm going to come over it with the darker colors. Might help if you saw what I was doing. I think I'm going to have to use some grays and fix his little white face so it doesn't look so white. And just keep working it. All you can do is just keep working it. Keep adding colors. Don't make your strokes too long. Try to keep going in the direction that your little fur is going. And here you're just going to have to keep this, almost just coloring it. Just layer a few colors. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, our sepia. These little spots, I'm just giving it a little bit. So it appears it's all the same. I'm trying to leave just a little bit of white on his feet and his little paws. I keep looking for his other hand, and there isn't one. So like right in here, we want to make it darker. Just take your time. And watch your little bunny develop into a pretty little brown bunny. But it's well worth the time putting all the colors. And if you keep your pencil sharp, you can make good dark lines. I always find it easier to pull down when I'm close to the edge. That's what I find. I don't seem to go up and over everything so much. And I'm just going to kind of go the opposite direction a little bit. And we got the cinnamon again. Go crosswise up here against the skirt if you need to, because sometimes you just can't get everything you want to get. And I think our bunny is done. So I'll take the white, and sometimes this white kind of changes things a little bit. Plus, if you go over it with a chalk or something, you got it covered because you got it white. Okay, let's do the bottom of his little feet. And it just kind of blends that hair a little bit there, since it softens that line. Okay, so now we got his bow and his ribbon. Moving some of these colors out of the way so I can see what I got. So, wonder which periwinkle I used. So I think so I know I used, so I must have used some Prism in him too. I think I used both. Let me see. There's the periwinkle I used. Okay. So here's the gray. Let's see if we can't shade him up a little bit. And we'll take our white and just blend it. I just put a little gray right around here if I was out of camera. Trying to give him just a little bit. Well, that blended all the way through. I didn't want that. All right. So I'm gonna use this periwinkle. Is this periwinkle? No. True blue. What did I do with it? That's white. Oh, this is. I was looking. I don't know why. I wish they wouldn't have put that in German. But. So I'm just going to try to bring the plate color over here now. And his little bow tie. I may have to erase the white on his little face and do it again, because it really turned gray. I don't know if it's just picked up, which it sure does pick up the black lines. I think we need to go in there and make it like the rabbit is in the background, not like that. That'll look better. Better than peanut butter. Yep, that looks better. Okay, so then what color did we use? I think the muted. Let me get it sharp. That's really little. Just the color of my plate's all I'm thinking of. Okay. Let me see. Let me try my kneader. Sometimes it'll pick it right up. And it's not. Okay. I want it right around his nose. Some of this ink is not. That was printed. And that's better. Okay. So now let's do this down here. Okay. Oops, there's a little leaf that needs to be green. We're just going to make these different colors. Periwinkle is a pretty color. I say this all the time, I'm sorry. I just look at a color and I think that's so pretty. Okay. Just keeping it kind of muted colors. Isn't it turning out pretty? It's so pretty when you get to a certain point and you're like, oh, it's so pretty. I know I get excited. But you put all this work into it and then you look at it and you're like, oh, it is really gonna be pretty. And he looks so. Look what I got for you. Thank you, Mr. Rabbit. I don't get flowers very often. Always thought if I ever got rich, I would send myself flowers once a month with a card. Just because you're special. Sometimes we have to treat ourselves like we're special. And believe it. Not more than anybody else, but I'm special. Okay, now how are we going to do this skirt? Doo-dah, doo-dah. It's kind of plaid. Oh, let's try. See what happens. I don't know what it's going to turn out to be like, but we're giving it our best shot. Yeah, then what did we use? The periwinkle. Come across the opposite direction. Where'd it go? There it goes. Okay. Now on the inside of the plate, I put what looks like yellow. So I think I'm going to use the chalk on his skirt. Like that. Put all these pencils away. Oops. They don't want to go in the box. They don't know that we're done, except for his eye. And what are we going to do with that? I don't like how it's got such a big... Let's try that. And then this little buckle, make it white. And I put everything away. I need a brown. Trying to make it look gold. Okay. There we go. That is good enough for now. So, oh, there it is. Okay. What am I? Oh, chalk. It's like, what am I doing? I just want to put a little chalk in his skirt, like I did on the plate. And I know it was this one. And believe it or not, I found my knife. And I don't want it on the page. So I think what I need is something small. So we'll use a little that way I can get up in here. I like that, don't you? put a little more on my plate. It got kind of light. Okay, let me find my brush. I just saw it. Where did I see it? Probably laying down. No, there it is. I'm going to get out of the way and brush it off. Okay, I like that. So, let's do the background, and I'll worry about the plate. All right, so I don't know if you can see this. This was just a practice. I cut this out of one of the cutting boards, and I laid it down, and I just went all over to make the background. I've seen somebody else do it, and I thought, I'm not going to buy that thing when I can make this thing. And so I don't know if you can see how it is, but I just cut, and it doesn't matter. So let me get, I'm going to take this out now, and I'm just going to lay it kind of sideways. Oh. Get my blue, I think blue, maybe a little darker blue. Let's try the broken china. Let me see how dark that's going to be. And we'll just practice this just a little bit. You just hold it. Oh, that's pretty blue. See? I don't think I want it that dark yet. Not on this background. So what if we use Savage? I'll just turn it over. You know, I think that would be a pretty... Okay, let's try this Distressing Savage Patina. Oh, let me just make sure I got all the dark color off of it. And all I'm going to do is just lightly from side to side. Make my little background. I'm going to move this so that it's different. Isn't this fun? And then I'll go over here. Just don't get my bunny. Like that. And you can move it enough to where it's really, see? Isn't that pretty? And you can make your own. You can make it out of cardboard. You can make it out of any heavy plastic. And look, you can put it right back where it was and make it just a little bit darker. So let's do it this way. I hope you're loving this as much as I am and as excited to get. And I thought, I don't know, how am I gonna, and just, you know, draw a couple of them out on a piece of paper and see what you like. You can cut them out. Try it. Even a piece of paper will work. Anything will work. It's just this plastic is just so much easier because you're not going to be destroying it every time you use it. Now, isn't that adorable? And you can make these any shape you want. And you can see this one's working fine. I didn't know if that ain't so great, but look, it's looking good. Look how much fun. Now, I would call that a success. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put a little make it look like there's a little floor here. Well, I'm quite happy. I think it turned out really, really cute. Let me put my lid on. Don't forget to put your lids on, because if you get a bunch of these open and you don't know, you won't know which one's which. It's got a number on the bottom, but it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you distressed ink and the number. So, okay. This is our last project in this book for a while. So we're going to move on to Rita. Berman. Yeah. I had to see if I had it right. All right, let me just see if I can get this up a little higher. Where you can see both pages. I think it turned out beautiful. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell. Then you'll know when I'm going to be posting again. And if you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if nobody's told you today that they care, I'm telling you today that I care. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.